Hey everybody, it's your man B Styles. I'm sitting over here, but I have one quick thing to say. As you know, that there are close to 300 inmates in prison that are released back to the community every month, and now we have actually some resources, new magazine out here for people, so that people can stay connected. So when they do come home, they know how to connect and reconnect with their families, how to reconnect with their communities, and how to live productive lives. So I have a couple of guests with me today, and I'm very, very proud of these folks because these folks are from my neighborhood where I grew up, you know, around the way by Lorna Road, you know.
Yes, sir.
So I have Mr. Leroy Peoples, who is the CEO of the magazine, and I have Miss Varda Halliday, okay, who is the National Family Advocate Program Manager. So, okay, all right. So why KYTE and why now?
Actually, it's long overdue.
Okay.
But why KYTE is because that's what inmates refer to a letter. So it's great timing. It's just a great marketing word, because if you've ever been in that situation, if you ever been incarcerated before, then you would know what KYTE is. Okay. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So it's just it's a term that inmates can definitely relate to.
Okay, okay. And what is the magazine, the basis for the magazine? Like what is it about? Just tell me a little bit about who's writing for the magazine and who is this supposed to reach?
Well, the magazine, because it's called KYTE, it's everything in the magazine is done by inmates. All the content in the magazine is generated from men and women who's behind the wall. You know, there might be a couple of model sections or something that we may slip in there, but I would say 98% of the book has been done from an individual who's incarcerated.
Okay, okay, okay. And how did you go about putting this together? I mean, it's one thing to think of the idea, and then, you know, how did you actually get to where you are right now? From the idea to print.
Right. I mean, I'm no stranger to magazine world.
Of course
so,
not.
I mean,
I know that.
I've been in this magazine world for a long time. I mean, I've interned all the way to being president of some of the biggest magazines ever. So it was just, I couldn't grow no more at another company. My next natural progression would be own your own magazine. Okay. And knowing that how magazine sales are on a decline and have been on a decline because of the internet and just how way that things go. The best way for me to do it was what magazine is going to be here in 20 years, and I had to think of a product that's going to, well, you know, sadly inmates are going to be here in 20 years.
Okay, all right. I believe we have a call. Caller. Hello.
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 How you doing?
Hi.
You have a question?
Yeah.
Comment? Okay, go ahead.
Give a shout out to my mom.
Okay.
You gotta love that.
All right.
You gotta love that.
Okay. Hey, I hear that. Okay.
Varda.
You can say hi back.
Hi, baby.
All right. Okay. All right.
Hi, Mama. It's Munchie.
Hey, you gotta love that. You gotta love that.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Okay.
I mean, hey, you gotta love that. You know, family's important. Family's very, very important.
Exactly, and that's a good segue into. I want to actually ask Varda. You know, National Family Advocate Program Manager. Tell me a little bit about your role in KYTE magazine.
Well, I guess the biggest thing is that incarceration doesn't only affect those that are incarcerated, but it also affects their families. And being someone who has had family members incarcerated and not being able to reach out to them necessarily the way I'd like to, my partner Laura D and I came up with an idea where we can encourage people in prison in a really special way by having their family members write out to us. This month we had a man who was in prison was celebrating his birthday in prison for yet another year, and his son reached out to us and asked us to send him what we call a cellogram.
Okay.
And cell, C-E-L-L,
right.
O-gram, kind of like a telegram for the cell.
Right.
And so what we did is we encouraged him with a bunch of kites. You know, there are a group of us, we're called the God Sisters, and we've sent out just a number of cards, birthday wishes, blessings, scriptures, just a lot of words of encouragement. And we want to be able to encourage from the family side as well, because family members can't always get that letter out.
Right.
They don't always have the money to be able to support canteen. Right. And this is just something that we're offering that costs you absolutely nothing, but lets that inmate know that they're still thought of, they're still loved, and they're still cared about on the outside, even though sometimes it may seem as if they're forgotten.
Right.
So when we got with Leroy to just talk about this, the first one just bloomed. And the letter that we got back from that inmate brought us all to tears, really brought us all to our knees. Wow. So that's really all that the family advocacy part of it is the family members reaching out to us, also sending in testimonials of what it's like to be on the opposite side of the wall. Right. Because it really has a big effect on our families, how we're raising our children, the dynamics of the household, and we want to be able to touch those issues as well in the magazine.
Wow, yeah, that's really powerful stuff right there. Because, like you said, I think a lot of times that people do forget about people who are away for a little while, you know, and it's not a matter of what you did to get there. It's about making things right when you come home.
Exactly.
Right. On a much bigger note, the whole concept is to be able to show the inmate that there are guys and women in magazine that is for them, but they have to change to help the younger guys that's out here that's rushing to get to where they're at. Right. So if I can use the inmate to reverse it, to show these guys that this is not where they want to be, then it's a win-win for everybody. So it isn't just a magazine. It's a much bigger mindset behind this whole project. Okay.
So in other words, what you're saying is that the content that's in here is about helping and supporting people, the young folks that's out here right now, but not necessarily complaining about how you got into your.
We don't put the reason why they're in there. The whole thing is positive. Like we're not here to judge you why you're in there. Right. But if you can help a young brother or sister get out, that's what we're here for.
Or avoid the same situation.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. So you tell us a few more members of the team. You know, just to just put them out there a little bit.
It's so many. So I gotta just say that it's the whole 915, man. My whole 915 unit. Yo,
okay.
And that speaks in volumes.
All right. Okay. See you have the magazine broken down into some sections here.
Yes, sir.
You have the Spit 16. Tell me a little bit about the Spit 16.
Well, I mean, because everybody wants to rap and can rhyme, and I just use that hip hop